In the small town of Winters, California, population 5,000, Dr. Bill Davis is a household name.
Dr. Davis is wonderful. He does house calls, he listens, he explains it to you. And he actually listens, which is not run you in for 10 minutes and you're gone.
Dr. Davis is a very caring, wonderful physician. He basically saved our son's life. So, I mean, I can't say enough about him.
This quiet rural community has become quite vocal about Dr. Davis, and the mere mention of him quitting his job sent everyone in a tailspin.
The whole town just came together in a kind of a consensus that said, we cannot let this man go. He's the only person we know that makes house calls, that really cares about his patients, and that will spend as much time with you to find out what it is that's wrong with you as you need.
For the people of Winters, Dr. Davis is more than a physician.
Dr. Davis is a very important person here in the Winters, especially for the farm workers that don't have any insurance. He has struggled, but he learned Spanish.
It's like inviting somebody into your home. It isn't just everybody that you want to invite into your home. And Dr. Davis is very capable of keeping confidences and loving the people that he tends to. We appreciate him very, very much.
Old-fashioned doctoring in the new millennium. Please welcome Dr. Bill Davis and his wife, Wendy, to the show. And I say that way, old-fashioned doctoring in the new millennium. You are a dinosaur, Dr. Davis. I mean, there are not, I mean, I wish you could find a doctor in New York City that would do a house call. Because I don't think you would. I don't think you'll find doctors too many places in America that would. You almost quit this business, did you not? Stopped?
Pretty much couldn't tolerate the system anymore, yeah.
And what really drove you nuts? Let's talk about what drove you nuts. The HMOs and their what?
Well, what drove me nuts was the system of medicine. It's not just the HMOs. The HMOs are sort of the last variation of that. We have problems with the Medicare system and with other insurance companies as well. The HMOs just take it one step farther. But you spend more time doing paperwork and trying to justify what you do to the point that you can't get things done.
And you can't do what you primarily want to do, and that's treat and help the sick and ill.
Right.
You not threatened, but you just decided, okay, enough. Maybe I'll go become a teacher. And the word got out in the community that Dr. Davis, our doc who's doing house calls, is not going to be around. And what did the community do? Why don't you don't tell us. Why don't you tell us, Wendy? What happened?
Well, we got a call one night saying, would you please come to a town hall meeting the next night? And our little city hall was full of people. My husband agreed to come, kind of reluctantly. He's also pretty shy. And it was really a moment of redemption. For months, Bill had been hearing from the business that he was working for that he wasn't seeing enough patients, he wasn't seeing them quickly enough, he was being a problem because he was insisting on certain medication and treatments that weren't covered in that system. And he'd become very discouraged. It's hard not to feel like you're not doing your job and you're not a good doctor when that's the kind of feedback you get. It was that night, it was like going to his memorial service. And we heard one person after another say, Dr. Davis, you can't go because I remember when you told me my dad was going to die and you were crying. I remember when you stayed with us all night when our son died. I remembered when you diagnosed our son's problem on the baseball field in between umping games. I remember being able to come to your home and asking a question at an important time.
I remember giving you a basket full of vegetables instead of a check for your services.
Yes.
When I say old-fashioned doctor, you take a pig, a cow...
No, please don't send those.
Don't send the cow, okay. What? It was already cut up. Yeah. It was already cut up. You'll take it. You'll take the, and some groceries and, I mean, old-fashioned doctoring. And so the town came together, and now there is what?
I'm setting up my own office, and I set it up with the community support to create a nonprofit foundation to provide services that are not covered by insurances.
You said you did it with the community support. The community came together, helped build your building all voluntarily. You and your wife stretched the limit of your credit to the maximum limit and have now funded this thing out of your pocket with groceries and this, that, and the other. I'm amazed. You don't even know this. You don't know this, but a proclamation of the City Council of the City of Winters declaring Dr. Bill Davis Winters Health Care Foundation Day, May 22nd, the year 2002. Whereas the professional heroics and personal sacrifice of Dr. Davis are a great representation of the Winters community and service as a national example of healthcare hero, you now have a day proclaimed in yours in the foundation name, May 22nd. It's a wonderful thing. I got to take a little break. We'll be back right after this.
This holiday season,